All right, let's get right into it. We are living through, right now, one of the biggest technological revolutions in human history, the rise of artificial intelligence. You know, what used to be just the stuff of sci-fi movies? Well, it's not fiction anymore. It's a fundamental part of our world.
And when I say everywhere, I really mean it. It's in the phone you're probably holding. It's in the algorithms that decide what you see on social media. It's in the navigation that gets us around. And it's even working behind the scenes in our hospitals. It's totally woven into the fabric of our lives, a lot of the time in ways we don't even see.
But with all this incredible power comes this huge, looming question. Is AI going to be our salvation, or is it a threat that we've created ourselves? As we're about to see, the answer to that really hinges on the choices we're all making today.
So, first, let's look at the bright side, the promise of AI. Let's talk about the undeniable good it's already doing in the world. And honestly, some of this stuff is seriously impressive.
You know, there's maybe no place where the promise of AI feels more real than in medicine. It is completely transforming how we diagnose, treat, and even prevent diseases. It's a game changer.
What's so amazing here is just the raw speed and accuracy AI brings. I mean, it can scan medical images, think X-rays, MRIs, and spot the tiniest signs of cancer or heart disease way earlier than the human eye ever could. Now, this isn't about replacing doctors. It's more like giving them a superpower, right? It lets them speed up a diagnosis, get patients into treatment faster, and, ultimately, save more lives.
And that same kind of potential, it's popping up in another huge area, education. We all know the old school, one-size-fits-all classroom has its problems, and AI is starting to shake up how we learn for the better.
Think about it. What if every single student could have their own personal tutor? That's what we're talking about here. AI can actually adapt lessons to fit your specific learning style and pace. So if you're kind of struggling with something, it can give you extra help. But if you're flying through it, it can give you new challenges to keep you engaged. This just makes learning so much more effective and more inclusive for everybody, whether you're in a classroom or learning from home.
And of course, AI's reach goes right to the foundations of our economy. You know, the stuff we build and the food we grow.
The big word here is efficiency. In factories, you've got automation boosting production and cutting down on expensive human errors. And in farming, which is super fascinating, you have AI-powered sensors that can analyze everything from how wet the soil is to the health of each plant. This lets farmers use water and fertilizer with surgical precision, which means they can grow more food with fewer resources. That's a huge step toward a more sustainable planet.
Okay, so far, so good, right? But like any powerful tool, AI has a dark side. And now we have to talk about the serious risks, the ethical, social, and security problems that we absolutely cannot afford to ignore.
So, one of the biggest dangers right out of the gate is something called data bias. Here's the thing. An AI is only as smart and only as fair as the data we feed it. So, if we train an AI on decades of hiring data that, let's face it, was biased against certain people, guess what? The AI learns that bias and makes it even worse. This can lead to some really unfair real-world consequences, and everything from who gets a job to who gets approved for a loan.
And what makes that even trickier is the black box problem. A lot of these advanced AI systems are so complex that even the people who made them don't know exactly how they reach a decision. So if an AI turns you down for a credit card and you ask why, the answer might literally be, we have no idea. And this lack of transparency creates these massive ethical and legal headaches. I mean, how can you appeal a decision that nobody can even explain?
And the risks just keep piling up from there. On a personal level, if we rely on AI too much, it could actually make our own critical thinking skills weaker. But then you have the more direct threats. AI can be weaponized for devastating cyber attacks, while stuff like deepfakes can create a flood of totally convincing fake videos, threatening everything from someone's personal reputation all the way up to global political stability.
In all of this, it leads to that ultimate fear, right? The one we always see in the movies. The fear that one day AI could become some kind of super intelligence that's smarter than us and completely escapes our control.
But look, while a runaway superintelligence is something to think about for the future, the most immediate threat isn't a rogue machine. Let's be really clear about this. The real danger, today, is the humans who are in control of this powerful AI. In the wrong hands, it can be used for mass surveillance, for manipulating economies, or for building terrifying new weapons. The problem isn't the tool itself, it's about who gets to wield it.
Now, this might all sound pretty grim, I get it, but it is not hopeless. We can't put the genie back in the bottle, but we can manage it wisely. So that brings us to the most important part. What do we do about it? So here's the billion-dollar question, right? How do we get all that good stuff we talked about? The medical breakthroughs, the personalized learning,
without the bad stuff? Well, the path forward seems to boil down to a pretty clear three-part strategy.
First up, we have to build ethics directly into the code. Things like fairness and transparency can't be an afterthought. They have to be part of the design from day one. Second, education. All of us need to have a basic grasp of how AI works, so we can be smarter, more critical users who can spot when something's off. And third, global rules. AI doesn't care about borders, so we need strong international laws that are centered on protecting people, not just profits.
And when you step back and look at all this, it leads you a really powerful idea. AI isn't some strange force from another planet. It's a mirror. It simply reflects the values, the biases, the hopes, and the fears of us, the people who created it.
And that means if we build AI driven by greed or the desire to control other people, then yeah, we're probably creating our own downfall. But if we guide it with a real commitment to things like justice and ethics and our shared human values, it can become a tool that truly brightens our future. The whole challenge is, and always has been, fundamentally human.
So as we wrap this up, it becomes pretty obvious that for a long time, we've kind of been asking the wrong question. The real debate isn't about some Hollywood movie plot where the robots rise up to take over.
The real question, the one that's going to define our century, is this. How will we balance ourselves with this technology? The responsibility is on us. The decisions we make today about ethics, about education, about how we regulate this stuff, those are the things that will decide what kind of world we share with these powerful new minds tomorrow. The choice is ours to make.